Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back to finally review one that is my favorite collaboration of these last few months, and I am talking about the Colourpop and KathleenLights collab, the latest one. They had collabed multiple times in the past, especially focusing on lip products and a few quad with their Ultra Shock shadows. However, this time Kathleen and Colourpop created together a pressed eyeshadow palette as well as a liquid lip trio. I am so excited about this. I wasn't gonna buy any more neutral palettes and things like that at the time. I was ready to move from America, but that collaboration was just too good to be true. So this actually came out, I believe, in December, and it consists of a pressed powder eyeshadow palette called Dream Street and 3 liquid lipstick. I only bought 2 of them, and here they are. One ultra satin lip called Dreamy and one ultra glossy lip called Moonchild. Then there was another ultra satin that was a very bright orangey red, and I decided to skip on that since I have many of those shades. But yes, let's start with taking a look at the palette. It comes in this beautiful uni carton, and I saved it because I just like it. But then the palette inside is exactly the same. So the packaging I find is beautiful. It's this cream color with rose gold foil, both on the name and on the, just the art on the front, and it continues on the back where you find all of the names of the shadows. I again will remind you that Colourpop's eyeshadow names go opposite to let's say what you would expect, in the sense that this shade here is called Mermaid Boy and the name is on this other side here, but that's not a problem. As I sneak peeked already, this is how the inside looks. There is no mirror. Again, this artwork that was on the outside. Mine is a bit dirty because I have been using it like crazy. I have it now for more than 2 months, almost 3, I guess. And I love this. This is the palette I brought with me to Italy over Christmas, the only palette I needed. I brought with me a few other shades that I knew I wanted to wear on Christmas Day itself, but this is, I guess, one of the palettes of my dreams. It contains matte and shimmer shades, and the shimmers are both metallics and 2 duochrome shades that I use as toppers, but you can use by themselves to make them a bit more of a toned down type of look. Taking a look in more detail to the shades here, we have a Shooting Star and Magical, and these are the 2 perfect mid-toned transition shades. Shooting Star is a little bit more neutral, and you have instead Magical, that is really a peachy shade. It's very similar to Peaches and Cream by Makeup Geek. These 2 shadows are not unique. You can dupe them very easily. However, I find that they have to be in any palette. Something like this, something that is a light neutral shade that you can blend anything with. These go well with any of the shimmers and any look you can make with this palette. Then we go to the first 2 metallics, and there is a shade called Stardust, which is a orangey, burnt orange type of metallic shade. It's very beautiful, but again, nothing new. I find that I can dupe this easily with some pressed single shadows from Colourpop, like Millie or Paper Crane, I believe they're called. But nonetheless, it's a very beautiful, easy, safe, and very warm toned shades to use on the lid. One of my favorite shades is this one right here. It's called Twinkle, and this is a very metallic, beautiful rose gold shade. I love this. I put this on actually on my mom for Christmas, and she was like, I need to find a shade like this. It's very elegant. It is very striking because it's still very shiny, but it's not too bright that on someone with dark features with a lot of contrast and shade in colors like me or my mom, for example, will actually look a little bit off, like a champagne. This is a little bit more adult, very chic, not too screaming, but absolutely sophisticated. I love it. Whew, my arm hurts from working out and holding up the palette. Never mind. Moving on to the second row, the shade Sweet Dreams is the first one of the duochromes. This is a peachy duochrome with some gold shimmer on top. It's quite subtle. I don't particularly love it, but I find it's a perfect companion for an inner corner warm highlight. I really like it for that. So when you do something that is a bit more bold and you want an inner corner highlight in warm tones, then this is the perfect shade. Then we move on to the next favorite shade of mine, but that if you've been here for a while, that's not a surprise for you. This is the shade Water Bearer, and this is a beautiful dark teal. This is the formula that I wanted a lot of the shades in the Subculture palette to be. It's very pigmented, but yet very blendable for a dark blue shade. So I am in love. I am wearing it today on the outer corners. I will show you the application when I show you the way I did this eye look today. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And to me, this shade is worth the palette. I have it always on hand. I really love it. Smoked on the lower lash line, used on the outer corner. You can pair it with the red, with the orange, with the dark brown. You can pair it with everything in this palette. I think with this shade, Kathleen nailed the nail on the head, hammered in it, whatever. You understand what I mean? I love it. Next is an easy shade. This is called Potion. This is your classic orangey brown transition shades. You can use it in the crease. It's matte, it's beautiful. I like it to warm up all of the looks. It's easily dupable. You probably have it in your collection, but it fits very well in this palette. You can see the combination of these two shades works very well together, and that's what I have on my eyes today. Next shade is actually quite unexpected, and it is a beautiful, very bright red eyeshadow. It's not red like Sugar Pill Love Plus, but it's a pop of color that you will definitely notice when you wear it. It's matte. You can put it in the crease and it will transform your look from I'm safe, neutral, maybe warm-toned eyeshadow look to bam, in your face, beautiful and red. I also specifically like the combination of this shade with the blues. Very beautiful, but I think just an eyeshadow look with that only and one of the duochromes on top is bomb. Then we move on to the second duochrome. This is called Kaleidoscope, that thing. And this is another of my favorite shades. I am wearing it today on the inner corner and first half of my eyelid. And this is another transformative shade. It is a white champagne with a very clear mint green teal shift. It looks different depending on what eyeshadow you have underneath. I have Water Bearer and this last shade Mermaid Boy underneath today, so it pulls out a little bit more green, and otherwise it can pull out more blue. I really like the shade. It's best applied with your finger if you want a very metallic sheen. It applies well with the brush as well, but with the finger I feel it definitely gives you the most effect. Then another essential shade, nothing new but essential, is this shade here, which is called Elfish. This is a dark, warm, I would say brown, and this is perfect. You need something like this, neutral and dark, to intensify any look you make. So this pairs very well with all of the shades. I think this is another one that was necessary in this palette. Then we have the shade Moony, and this is a satin pinky champagne that is perfect for your brow bone highlights. Also very nailed. This also makes for a beautiful shade all over the lid if you want to go really natural with just one of these two. With just one of these two mattes up here and that on the lid, it will look very natural, very no makeup, but it has a beautiful sheen and it looks really pretty. I definitely think this is a great addition to the palette. And finally, Mermaid Boy. This is a blackened teal shimmer metallic shade. I am wearing it on the outer half of my eye today, and yeah, beautiful metallic. It's the metallic counterpart of the matte teal. Beautiful shade for this palette. Somehow the layout of the palette was confusing me when I saw it for the first time, but after using it, I was completely in love. The way I would actually have rearranged it a little bit was probably putting all the neutrals in one row. So this one here and the dark one at the end, shifting the other twos in the middle. Then your the rest of your warm toned here, and then putting your transformer shades and the blues at the end. That would have made sense in my head, let's say. So this layout is a little bit confusing, but on the other hand, it's good to change it up sometimes. This palette retails as usual for Colourpop's 12 pan eyeshadows for $16. I think it's absolutely worth it. Go pick it out. If you've seen my review of their holiday collection, you know I didn't love that palette as much as I wanted to, but this one is totally worth it. If you're only gonna get one, get this one. It's not boring. You have everything you need. You can travel with it. Wonderful. Really, really wonderful. Moving on to the lips, clearly I love the eyeshadow palette. That is no surprise. I got two of the lippies, the two more nude ones. I have a lot of colorful lippies, so I thought, let's see if I can find a good nude for me. And unfortunately, I'm not a really big fan of the shade I'm wearing right now. This is the Ultra Satin Lip in Dreamy. So the formula is amazing. The color on me is slightly off. It looks so much better on Kathleen and on other people I've seen on Instagram, and somehow on me it clashes. Maybe it's a bit too warm, maybe it's a bit too light, I don't know. It's just not perfection. However, I have to say I applaud Kathleen for deciding to make only comfortable liquid lipsticks. I know she doesn't love matte liquid lipsticks and drying lipsticks in general, so I really like that she stuck to what she knew and not to what, I don't know, someone else in Colourpop could have told her. So she made two Ultra Satin lips in this collection. I think I might learn to love this lip color a bit better in spring and summer when I get a little bit of a tan maybe, and I start wearing a little bit more orangey and bright and light colors. I don't know. Not 100% sold on this, but it's a beautiful formula. If you like the color, definitely grab it. And the other lippy I got is the Ultra Glossy Lip, and this is called Moonchild. This is a very, very nude lip gloss with a lot of tiny glitter inside. You can't really see or feel the glitter when you put it on. What the glitter achieves is a high shine effect on your lips. I do not have it on top of this because I find Ultra Satin lips are already quite satiny by themselves. I don't need to put gloss on top. But you can see on the swatches that it is yeah, very nude. I have trouble wearing this completely because it is also quite opaque. So you will definitely see this when you put it on. If you like nude glosses, I love their formula. Definitely a recommendation, except that this color is not for me, unfortunately. So overall, this collection is a great win for me. Eyeshadow wise, lippy wise, a bit less, but I definitely really like the way she went about it, and she deciding to make only comfortable lipsticks with them. And yeah, if you like the colors, definitely think about picking them up. I am not 100% sold on them, but yeah, what can you do? You can't try everything in store, especially not liquid lipsticks. But the palettes, go get it. What are you waiting for? I know this has been out now for a while, but if you were in doubt, definitely pick it up. Absolutely. If you want to see dupes of any kind or any comparison, leave questions down below in the video, because then I can actually make a blog post with all the comparisons that you guys want to see, because I don't think this is a revolutionary palette, but the color choices I think are very, very suited to what I like. So I would definitely recommend it if you like the colors and having them all in one place. If you remember last year, I was actually over having pre-made palettes. I gave all of mine away. I literally only kept the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. as a pre-made palette, and then slowly now I'm starting to rebuild my collection, and this palette was a big part of it because it really made me see how such a small palette you can just bring everywhere, and it's more convenient than going around with a big Z palette maybe. I don't know. I like the format. I like traveling with it. I definitely recommend it. I said it so many times. I'm gonna shut up now. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll subscribe and stay and hang around. I know I'm not that active, but I'm getting around at it. I can't wait to move back into my own house, get out of jail. I know when my friends saw the video, they thought I was in jail a little bit, but this is the wall I'm working with. I'm gonna try to get a background if I can, and otherwise we're just gonna do with it for a few months more. 2 months to the keys to the house. I am so excited, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.